there was something that came up yesterday during the Attorney General's presentation and his questioning, and he had it was specifically about the audit of the SRBC, and he highlighted some serious deficiencies that they uncovered, and actually was pretty firm and said they need to get back to their mission and do the job for the Commonwealth. And maybe you're aware, maybe you're not aware. I know I have some colleagues from South Central Pennsylvania in here today. I haven't been involved as directly, but quite a few have talked with SRBC because there seems to be a lack of, I don't know what I want to call it. It doesn't seem like a real warm relationship with them. And then in light of what the the Auditor General said yesterday, I thought it became more problematic because you have to respect the people you're working with. And I mean, he had mentioned too that they actually had parties where they spent money on lobster dinners and taxpayer money, and wanted to maybe get your thoughts on that. Wanted to get your comments about, do you agree with his assessment? Or are you aware that we need to do some things to maybe? I'll be very upfront. I'll be blunt. We need to have more professionalism. As we work together with him, and wanted you to maybe comment on that.
Sure, and I'll comment at the outset. I'll admit, on my end, my staff knows this about me. I'm one who, if the small hotel room is fine, all McDonald's is great. Whatever, if I need to hit the drive-thru, I need to hit the drive-thru. That's that. So yeah, I'm not one who is supportive for sure of those kinds of expenditures. I will say on the broader point, one of the things he identified is a need for both for SRBC and DRBC, the Delaware River, to update the agreements that we have with them. And that is something, actually, prior to the audit, we'd already been engaged in working through updating those agreements. In one case is 20 years old, in another case 40 years old, to make sure that we have a good process there. So we're engaged in that process now, and we'll be updating those agreements that should clarify exactly where all the lanes are.
Yeah, but I guess my point is, though, too, they need to show some responsibility to the taxpayers and to the legislature. If they're doing things like that, that's not appropriate. And like I said, there's other things that are, municipalities are frustrated in the fees that are being charged, and not necessarily in my district, but throughout Lancaster County, and I know other counties in South Central Pennsylvania. And I thought this just brought to light, it's just hard to deal with an agency like this when there's already a level of frustration. Then you kind of see it kind of smacks of arrogance a little bit, the way they were spending money, and then you have the Auditor General saying they just need to kind of get back on track. And like I said, I think it's unfortunate, but I thought it was only fair to maybe see what you thought, since you have oversight of that.
Sure.
And,
no, and
I want to bring. And you know about it. I'm assuming you do know about it.
Absolutely, and I can share with you. We're one state on SRBC, but all of the commissions, all the other commissioners want to make sure we're attentive to the Auditor General's findings as well.